Not a single thing has worked out the way I planned, and it won't for you either. And that's why you're so frustrated, upset, and angry with God. Here's what to do about that. I remember when I gave my life to Jesus, I felt the call, felt the tug, all that stuff. And I was convicted about the way I was living and how I was treating others. I believe God began to draw me close to him. And I began to realize that this life isn't just for me, that I was put here for a reason. Finally, through a bad experience with drugs, I gave my life to Jesus and totally changed my life around. And since that day, nothing has been the same. The things I care about changed, but there are some things that have never changed that took me years to find out. And that had to do with like deep character things. And I came to one point in life where I wrote down some things that I wanted to achieve in life. And those things never happened. And I've been playing music my whole life. I've always wanted to do something big with music. And every single goal that I've written down has not worked out the way I wanted it to. Timelines, music projects, album releases, goals like sync licensing. I'm still working on those things and I have a lot of success. It just isn't happening the way that I thought in my mind. I was putting my hopes and my dreams more into who I wanted to become rather than who Jesus has made me into be. Yeah, I follow Jesus and I trust his word and all that stuff like we're supposed to do, but I wasn't seeing the underlying issues that was motivating my deep desires. I was not content with just being a child of God. And a lot of times, the reason why you are feeling frustration, getting angry with God, things aren't going the way you planned, you're dealing with loss, you're dealing with pain, you're dealing with all these things. Same things that I've dealt with. I've had 3 people that are really close to me become unalive in the past 2 years. And one of these people who are very close to me, I found almost unalive on her couch. And every time I set a goal and start working towards something and I see the success, something happens that prevents me from being able to fulfill that. And that's really frustrating. But the point is, if I didn't go through those frustrations, if I didn't experience that stuff, I would have never realized that deep underlying issue, that my ideal self was still anchored to the image of my old self and who I wanted to be. Yes, Christian, yes, still following Jesus, but still anchored to that old identity. And I had to realize, do I love Jesus enough where if everything I have is gone and I couldn't do music anymore, would he be enough for me? Would I be content with just being a child of God? Jesus says, come to me, all you who are weak and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You're never going to find that rest if you don't come to Jesus, and you're never going to find that rest when you come to Jesus if you aren't content with being simply a child of God. When you can learn to be content with being a child of God, you can enjoy even the smallest successes and whatever goal or pursuit that you have in life that he has given you. And so I just want this to be an encouragement to you to not stop doing what you're doing, to continue grinding and keep on keeping on. Because pain's going to happen, suffering is going to happen, mistakes are going to happen, big failures are going to happen. But God is always with you, and he will never leave you or forsake you. And so if you've had this experience, and put it in the comments and let's talk about it, I just want to hear your story.